Hey, so now I'm going to show you a different video on how to use GitHub Desktop. Again, we've not gone over this in class, but I just want to go ahead and create the video in case anybody wants to give it a try until we go over it in class. So I'm going to go back to JavaScript 30. You can see my VS Code is closed. It's not open. I'm going to go back to JavaScript 30, click on the file that I want, which is this. And I'm going to click, looks like a television, but let's open this file up in a GitHub Desktop. Looks like a monitor maybe. Looks like something. Open GitHub Desktop. Now, I can't remember if I had everybody download this or not on the first day. I know when I've looked at some of your laptops when I was coming around helping, it looks like I've seen that logo on some of it. The logo looks like this. It's purple. And yeah. So whenever you click on that icon you saw me open up, it may bring up a window like this. It says to clone a repository. And what it's going to do, you can see it's in github.com, which is the name of the website, GitHub. My username for this GitHub account is Tasha Penwell Hawking College. And you can see the name of that repository is AUT19 for Autumn 19. So it reads just like any other URL or file directory that you're probably accustomed to. The local path it's going to be on for this particular computer, which again is my office computer, C drive users, my username, desktop, Autumn 19. I can put it wherever I want, but that looks good. So I'm going to go ahead and hit clone. Okay, so in the top area, you can see file edit view. So you can look at that and see what those tools and resources are. Again, GitHub has a lot of different tools and resources that developers can use, and it can be overwhelming if you're not familiar with it when you're trying to learn it. So just kind of learn the basics of it, and as you need to learn something new, then you can learn something new. But the basics of it that I want us to focus on is doing a merge or cloning a file or forking a file, and then making a pull request, asking the master, the person who owns the file, to pull what we made, changes that we made into their file to merge it. So let's see. So I'm in the repo of Autumn 19, which is correct, and current branch is master, which is right. The fetch origin from the GitHub website just fetched just now, which is fine. And I have it set up for opening my repository and external editor in VS Code. If you click on that, I think you can select different options, but VS Code is what I want. And I would recommend everybody to stick with VS Code as well. So let's see. I'm not going to worry about that right now. Open in VS Code. Okay. Maybe. Okay. There we go. So I want to go ahead and close out this welcome tab, and you can see the 3 files that I had in GitHub for Autumn 19. It was HTML, JavaScript 30, and the README. So I have those 3 folders in a file. So the one we're working on is JavaScript 30. So open that up and you can see I have the notes that I had and the empty, which I needed to make JavaScript 30 a folder and not a file. And then the array cardio one HTML, which is what we were working. So let's say I want to make a simple change. I want to take this out. Actually, I'm going to do that. I'm going to change this from array cardio, whatever he's got there. I'm not even sure how you do that. I think there's an extension or something. And I want to change that to thinking on my feet. It's not something I'm good at. Just change it to Tasha Penwell. Tasha Penwell JavaScript 30. Okay. So then I save it. Control S to save it. So you'll notice on VS Code on these left-hand side, these icons, you see that little Git symbol, which if you look at it, it looks like it's a fork and branching and all that stuff. See, it's got a 1 on it. And what that is we're tracking my changes. So this is the working tree, and then this is, okay, this is the working tree, yes. So there's the original file, and then there's the working tree. And remember how in GitHub, if red was something that was taken out and green was put in, so you can see red, I took out this, and then I added this. So what I can do is, if I want to commit that merge, or commit that change rather, I can just do a message of changing title name. And then hit commit. Yeah. Oh, hey, you're fine. I thought I heard something.
Yeah. I didn't know if you were in here or not.
No, it's okay. I wasn't sure if somebody's trying to get in this door or another one.
I would say they're all so close when one door opens, the other one. I was going to say it probably makes a noise.
Thank you. So there are no stage changes to commit. Would you like to automatically stage all your changes and commit them directly? I'm going to put never, because I don't always necessarily want to do that. So it looks like I missed a thing here. Open file, discard changes, stage changes. Okay, so you need to stage the changes. Okay, and then I can do the commit. Okay, so my changes are gone. And if and there's nothing else for me to do here. So I'm going to minimize this and open up my desktop again. Let's see. So JavaScript 30 cardio array. Oh, right here. So so there's changes. And this, like I said, like when it comes to GitHub, it can be a little hokey trying to figure out how to navigate it. And some days I still struggle with it if haven't used it for a while repetitively, which I haven't. So we can go to the history, and like that was, I added files yesterday or today. Yeah, these are the files that I added. So it shows the version, it shows my history of everything that I've done in this GitHub account repo of autumn 19. Like you can see the merge that I did for the error in the class earlier this week from Jeff and from Justin. And you can see everything that I've been doing. But the one we're looking in the history, the one we're focusing on today is this right here. So, so we have the red, I took out that line and I added this line. And so, and you'll notice that the sequence of the numbers don't change. When I took out a 5 goes in. These sequence numbers are always going to remain the same with whatever adjustments needed to make sure that it's sequential. It's not going to go from 4 to 6. It's going to go 4 or 5, whatever 5 is going to be. And then, let's see. I think I need to do this now. Edit, or just changed title of page. Changed title of page to Tasha Penwell JavaScript 30. I think that's what I named it. I don't remember. Commit to master. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. We did that in VS Code. Never mind. Yeah. See, this is where things can get kind of hokey. And like I said, I'm guilty of it as well. Okay. So whenever we did the last push, if but yeah, we're going to do this. We're just going to hit this button. Oh, wait a minute. Push one commit to the origin remote. You have one local commit. It's on my computer to be pushed to GitHub. So push it. So we're going to push it to the origin, and it failed. I thought that was going to be an issue. Okay, close. So I noticed earlier that I was in one of my other GitHub accounts. So how do I get out of it? Looks. So what I want to be is Tasha Penwell Hawking College, and I noticed earlier that I wasn't. Let's try this again. File options. Okay, file options. So I need to sign out of this one, and then I need to sign into the correct one. Okay, hopefully this should work now. Okay. Alright, so I push the changes, and if I go into GitHub, the web page, web server, hosted on wherever GitHub puts their stuff, it's online. And if I go, I could probably just refresh the page. Okay, you'll see that the last commit, the change I made was changing title name about 6 minutes ago. And you can see that my new title is there. And let's see if I look in the history. You can see what the history was. So that's GitHub Desktop. That's when I was asking everybody if I can't recall if I had you guys download GitHub Desktop. In some ways, copy and pasting just for one file is a lot easier, just for simplicity. But whenever you're going to be making some changes and going back and forth, you don't want to do a bunch of copy and pasting. It's easy to get confused and you don't know where things are at, and it kind of defeats the purpose of using Git and GitHub. But that's GitHub Desktop. We'll go over it in class. But if you wanted to just play with it and get an idea what I'm talking about when I ask about GitHub Desktop or I mention GitHub Desktop, then that's what that is. So let me know if you have any questions.